We have a secret project you'll find out about. Shut up, Brian. They had a secret project. They had to go away and work on a project. Just shut up. So, Dana, this is Barack Obama. Oh, hi, Mr. President. So, you ever heard of the word momentum? Because you kind of had a little bit of momentum. Emphasis on little. 10th episode. People starting to go, what's this? You go on Colbert, they love your Biden, you blow up. You go viral. I go viral every time I talk, but you don't go viral hardly ever. So you're viral, you do 10 episodes, and then you disappear. Well, we just had to do, no, Dana, that's all right. You know, just don't get the views, don't get the numbers. No, I got no skin in this game. But it's called momentum, and when it's going away, you keep going with the flow rather than just stop. You had water flowing into the tub, you cut it off. Then you drained it out and wondered why you couldn't take a bath. Michelle? No, I ate the oatmeal. Michelle, I couldn't finish all of it. Well, there's too much stuff in it. Raisins and pecans and almond slivers and brown sugar. 3 bites, I was done. Just leave it. Sorry. All right. Anyway, Dana, I do root for it. Michelle, I don't know the password. Try this one. I actually wrote this down because passwords I've been doing this all weekend. It's well, the username is Butterscotch. Is the name Spine Tumbler? Say what? All lowercase. Butterscotch is the name. Spine Tumbler. Say what? Try this for the password. What? Just try this. Doggy do. How are you? Lowercase exclamation point Z uppercase H 4 underscore lowercase B. Howdy, one word, all caps, underscore now, lowercase question mark. Did you get it? Doggy do. We've been doing this because we bought a little piece of property on a isolated area.
Nice.
And it's just terrific, but there's just no Wi-Fi. When you buy it, they're like, oh, that's pretty easy. You'll get it, boom. And then they're like, nope, no Wi-Fi.
Oh my gosh, that would be a teenager's nightmare. No Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi. I know. We went lo-fi, and the TV almost exploded because I bought a television, and I set it up, and all I wanted was to use it as a screen with Blu-ray now, because there's no Wi-Fi,
right,
plugged into the TV. TV went shithouse. You know, the whole computer is like, we'd like something for Google and Netflix, got an Amazon. There was no button for just play Blu-ray.
What you doing, Dana Carvey?
Just throw some random stuff out because it's been 10 weeks. New York comic character going to a gas station, you know. Just fine, go in there, I put my fucking credit card in, they say remove it quickly. What the fuck is that about? I'm trying to get some gas. Now I got to be some jiu-jitsu, hyperactive Bruce Lee guy? What if I don't move it quick enough? I got no petrol? So.
Petrol.
But it is funny. Sometimes they say leave it in.
Yes.
And sometimes they say right now, quickly. Just such a funny phrase. Move it quickly. I'm just burnt out. I just hadn't gone to the bathroom for like a week. I'm starving. I just get the gas and, you know.
It happens at the supermarket, too.
Remove it quickly?
Yes, and then sometimes it'll say that your card is maybe declined, and then the checkout person kind of looks. It's like you get all weird because you know you have the money on the credit card, and they look at you. They're like, it's declined.
If you move it quickly too many times,
out.
then it says you're not going to move it ever again until you give them a call.
And it totally stresses you out because they're looking at you like, oh, you're trying to use a fake card or you have no money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, for me, that's like I just follow it. I'm at the grocery store. I just follow it. So it says insert card. I do it. And then it says remove card. I do it. And then somehow I fucked up. They're like, don't put the card back in. But I want them to know it said remove it. So I followed the command. No, sir, put the card back in. How many do you want? How many bags do you want? You know, I've got these grocery prices. I bought 6 things. It's $110. How much are the bags? They're a dime. Could I have 3? He wants 3. All right, and they're putting it in. Okay, that's going to add on 35 cents. Can I have like 100 bags? What? Don't you care about the planet? Recyclable, bitch. And it was a man. That's not a pejorative. Don't write me any letters. Doggy do, how are you? Exclamation point Z, capital H, 4 underscore B, howdy underscore now. Question mark. You good with that, Michelle? All right, I don't know where to start. This is a quick one. Disney is woke, so they're changing the rides.
They are?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, this one I kind of agree with. At the end of Jungle Cruise, there's a character called Trader Sam who's holding up a shrunken head.
Oh, yes. I forgot.
So that's got to go. But I just thought, like, whoever shrunk a head is the ultimate revenge. Like, you don't like someone, you could kill him or bury him in an open grave. But the idea, no, I'm going to shrink their head to the size of an orange and look at it the rest of my life. I mean, who first thought of it? Who first said, let's kill them? No, let's take their fucking skull. And we got 18th century technology. Somehow we're going to shrink it. Just suck all the water out of it and put it on your night dresser. Oh, it won't be scary. So they're going to take that out. And they don't want to call it the Jungle Cruise. They think it's insensitive. So now it's just, there's a sign, it just says the boat ride. And it's through,
serious?
yeah, and
Are
it's
you
just,
making that up? You're making that
I'm
up.
making that up. Jesus, I got you.
I would believe it.
Yes, I'm like the
I just
boat
thought it'd be the boat ride, and it's just a canal going through suburban neighborhoods. Okay. How about this one? Space Mountain, they say that's racist, so it's going to be called the Wet Canoe. And finally, Pirates of the Caribbean, which I do kind of agree, because they kind of tie down a woman and put her up for auction.
There's a whole
I see their point, so they're going to rename that instead of Pirates of the Caribbean, Rascals of the Sea. So anyway, I think those are good things.
What you doing, Dana Carvey?
Fauci, this is like kind of reading the news. Fauci is saying we could get better in a year.
Yes, we could have a blip.
We could have a blip. He did say there are variances around. There is a variant that's coming out of Maine, coincidentally. We're calling it the Lobster Variant. You get this COVID that has symptoms are not what you want to get. Your head turns into a fucking lobster. You got little lobster teeth. You look like a fucking lobster. So why don't you get your booster and keep your mask on unless you want to look like a fucking crustacean, a sea creature that no longer is allowed in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. That's called Rascals by the Sea. We also have the Bayou variant. You get that one, your side effect, you look like the kid from Deliverance playing the banjo. Your eyes are tight, you don't look too bright, you're swinging all around, you don't want that variant.
You actually have a banjo.
Oh, yeah, and a banjo grows out of your limbs. You don't want these variants. Here's how it works. Kids got to get the vaccine because they could asymptomatically get it and give it to someone else. Well, what if they're vaccinated? Still could sneak through. You could have two totally vaccinated adults and a vaccinated kid. They could both all give each other COVID any second. Really, how's that work? Well, it could sneak in. And you could be asymptomatic, and then you could spread. So keep your mask on. And when you're buried, we put you in the ground, we're still keeping it on. I'm Tony Fauci.
Go.
Go.
You forgot.
I almost forgot my catchphrase, ladies and
can
gentlemen.
sing it like
Go fuck yourself. We got variants. Don't get cocky. Go fuck yourself.
What you doing, Dana Carvey?
Oh, Andrew, could you tell me if you ever met a Mr. Bill Gates on the island? I've never been to the island, Mom. Oh, really, Andy? You can always tell when you're lying. Your nose gets bright red. You were on the island, weren't you, with a certain troll the name of Vicky? Well, yes, I was, Mother. And I did see Bill Gates. Was he doing anything? No, he just sat in his suit in the sand. He did nothing. That's what I thought. Thank you. No, they're just saving the world. Like, God bless them. They're literally saving the world. And I do think it's like people who initially get an idea but don't think about it much, it really blows their mind. So Prince Harry might be the nicest guy in the world, just came out and said, well, I'll tell you what we shouldn't do. I just found this out. We shouldn't politicize the science. Doesn't that sound like not a good thing to do? I know that word. Now I know what it means. Right, Margot? Harry, don't get too cocky about your new vernacular. You figured out this figure of speech. Let's not politicize the science, but don't have a heyday with it. Don't go marching down the town square with it on your T-shirt saying, "Hello, Ginger has an idea." Just keep your pie hole slightly closed at most of the time. Yes, Mommy, I will close my clampy mouth, but don't politicize the science. I said it one more time. That's your last time today. Tomorrow when you get up, you can say it 3 times, and then you have to shut your face. Just shut it. I drive the bus. I'm from Suits. I'm mixed race. Who are you? You came from a racist society called the Royal Family. You don't sound anything like the woman I married. I'm not. I'm trans. I changed. Got a problem with that? Wake up.
What you doing, Dana Carvey?
All right, let's call Lori.
Let's call Lori. Wait,
Lori Lutter. That's her cell.
did you see?
Hello?
Oh,
Sorry, I'll ask you a minute.
Are we on?
yes.
Hi, Lori.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Lori.
How are you?
Hi.
I can't
She
believe
was-
we're
I'm
not.
good. I tried to save the
Oh, just my
Chardonnay.
headphone.
Oh, the headphones? Oh,
You
God.
know, we're all good. We're all good.
Save
Did
the-
you? Did
Well,
you?
you tried calling me a minute ago, and I answered, and I heard some rumblings, and then it went dead. The line went dead. So that must have been some kind of technical problem.
You tried to save the Chardonnay. What wine?
Well, I told her to have
Yeah.
like 3 sips of Chardonnay before she came on. She's on vacation in California, so she's
Oh.
entitled.
Yeah, I'm on vacation. I'm not in Connecticut for the time being. So yeah, I was. So there was a. So I drank most of it last night. There was a little bit left in the bottle this morning, so I swigged
Okay.
a little bit of that a couple of minutes ago.
All right, so you did. You basically got in the bag last night. You were in your cups. You were feeling toasty, feeling no pain. You woke up,
Yeah.
splashed water in your face, and just downed the last bit of it. Well, how do you feel
Yeah.
now, Laura?
Well, I'm kind of jet lagged. I mean, traveling's hard when you're older. You got to sit in the tiny seat, and you're kind of stuck in there, and you're tired, and then you go to bed really early this time, but then you wake up at 6. I don't know. It's. I
Well,
haven't flown in 2 years. So it's weird.
Oh, I get it, but I'm a little nutty that way. I like a packed airport. I love a packed plane. I like when they bring in the animals and the menagerie comes in. I like when people take
Oh.
selfies and there's drunken fistfights before you take off. There's just a kind of, I like when your knees are right up on there. I once was packed in so tight that I couldn't take my jacket off. I was just like, I'm drenched in sweat, but I would have to have hit people in the face with my elbow. I do fly first class and I've flown private jets, but one time somebody fucked up and I went coach. I flew
in the middle seat.
in the middle seat. I flew coach for years, and so like Joe Biden would be, yeah, I used to fly coach. Now I fly first class. Now we're going to take your tickets and give it to people in the coach. What? Come on,
Because they
man.
need it. Come on now.
That's what the man told me. He told me we got to do that. Who is that guy? He's the man. So Lori,
Yes.
yesterday we were going to see how Lori would sound zooming, and we got into we've been dealing with this for a year, just tech stuff around
Oh, God.
Zooming.
I had
True.
the special microphone. I didn't bring my laptop, which was really stupid. I took it to Best Buy, showed the guy, does it plug in? Yes. But then it was so heavy, and I didn't want to overpack because I can't really lift my suitcase. So I didn't bring it. And then nothing
I know.
worked. We tried everything.
And it just
So-
reminded me, because when I've done this, when I've done Colbert or Fallon, they have tech guys come in and we do an hour of, and they're really, really extra patient because they're used to this, because they never
Yeah.
say anything negative. They're okay. All right, right now on the screen, are you seeing a red dot? Yes. Is it blinking or not blinking? It's sputtering. Okay. All right, that's good. Let's go out of this now. Let's turn Zoom off. Come back.
I
Come
know.
back around. Do you see an orange ball in the corner and a picture of a small kid in the upper left hand? That's where you'll get your screen from. Anyway, so now Lori's on the phone.
So now I'm just back to my cell phone. When then I realized, Dana, it was dead. I thought, oh my God, he's going to call me. So I hurried and plugged it in to get it charged back up. And I thought, how hysterical would that be? So you call on my phone, it's completely dead. Then you got to call me on a different phone. It's just crazy. This isn't part of our culture, the older folks.
And we're out of sorts. You flung yourself across the country in a rocket, 8 miles in the air with 400 people elbow to elbow, pissed off, fearful of COVID.
Well, I felt pretty good. On Thursday, there were lots of empty seats. So I thought, well, I'm going to be able to lie down. It's going to be fantastic. And then the next day, the whole plane was full. I sit back. I got one girl at the window. I'm on the aisle, and we have the middle seat open. And you're thinking, people are coming. Okay, they're not coming to sit down. They keep going by. And then I think, God, I might be in the clear. So I text my daughter, I think I've got the center seat open. I don't know how this happened. And then literally right before they closed the doors, some fragrant foreign fellow came.
Whoops.
Right.
Careful.
Well, whoops. Sorry. Well, no, I mean, it was, okay.
He was an American.
Just a man who didn't have great hygiene squeezed
accent.
himself in that middle seat.
He squeezed himself in, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's...
Sorry, we're going to have to edit. What you doing, Danica?
No. Sometimes.
Okay,
That was pretty
Wow,
good.
That was really good.
What you doing, Danica?
Oh, I could come up with a thing. Dana Carvey, what you doing, Dana Carvey? I love me some Dana Carvey. What you doing, Dana Carvey?
That sounded really good. We've got that, and we'll put it on our button. We'll give it a communal applause for that.
Oh, I love it.
All right. Sing it again just 3 or 4 times, then we'll hit you with applause. Okay, here we go. Lori Carvey.
Okay. What you doing, Dana Carvey? What you doing, Dana Carvey? I love me some Dana Carvey. Boy, I didn't know I'd be singing. Is it good?
You have a really good voice.
Yeah, Lori was the one Carvey who could sing. Scott and I wrote a lot of songs, but we weren't gifted in the singing department.
No, they didn't have the singing.
Because I love you. There's nothing funnier than someone singing off key. It really is something. But that was good.
No,
what you doing, Dan Carver?
I know it's got an Elvis kind of Vegas thing.
Elvis.
Oh, well, I'm a huge Elvis fan. They were all into the Beatles and shit. I just knew
Remember
the
that.
King.
Oh, the King.
And then it's the King of rock and roll.
Right.
Chris, you do know about the King
of course,
of rock.
of course.
How old are you again?
54.
No, you're not.
54.
You're 42.
That's
I'm 40.
A
We'll
baby.
flip the numbers. I'm 45.
It's 45, yeah.
All right. You're about halfway to the golden number of despair, but you've got 5 good years.
Despair.
Well, yeah, the big 50. Well, then you got to get to the 60. That's really weird.
Oh, yeah. But what I like is when they line up, like 33, 44, 55, 66. But when I was going through my 50s, I was like, 55, I'm still alive. 56, I'm in a fix. 57, I'm going to heaven. 58, you don't be late. 59, won't you be mine? 60, oh, fricksty. Sorry, I didn't have a clever one for 60. But now it's
that's
like
a hard one.
65, I'm still alive. 66, I'm in a fix. 67, I'm going to heaven. 68, don't be late. 69, won't you be mine? 70, oh, heavendy. As long as you have a song in your heart and a
song in your heart and a bottle of
Spring in your
whiskey.
the hard drinking, hard fighting Carveys. Let's get into our childhood for a sec, Laura.
All right. Well, can I talk about the oatmeal on the
Well,
head?
let me just tell you what happened. I had done a riff that,
Okay.
I have Obama visit the podcast.
Yes.
And I had him say, Michelle, leave the oatmeal. No, I ate all I could. No, but the pecans, the raisins, the brown sugar, the slivered almonds, 3 bites, I'm done. Just leave it. Michelle. So then that was kind of to set you up. Now, let's set the scene for a second. So, Lori, just first of all, how old were you? About 4?
I was in a high chair. No, I was in a high chair.
3?
Maybe 2.
2.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably
We were in Wellington. And so when I went to Wellington, this is the house we predominantly grew up in San Carlos. I was 5 and you were 2. So it must have happened.
So I had to be. It happened right away. Yeah.
Maybe let's call you 3. I think I don't remember you
right.
being like really a mushy baby. You were like a little kid.
No, I was a little kid. Yeah.
Okay, let's put you
younger.
So let's put you at 3.5, me at 5.5. So one morning, and then one morning, Lori, you go take it from there.
We're sitting all around the kitchen table, and Dad's probably making all his 1,000 pancakes and stuff, but Mom always had her big vat of oatmeal. So. Yeah, I guess I was not behaving. I was throwing the oatmeal around, or I wasn't doing what I was supposed to. And my dad just took the bowl of oatmeal and plopped it right on my head.
Oh, my God.
And I distinctly, I know people would ask me, well, how hot was it? Did it burn your head? I'm like, no, it wasn't the temperature. It was just the oozing feeling of having like oatmeal on my head.
But the humiliation.
Now, here's from my point of view. Because there was no mirrors in the kitchen. So you felt the sensation, but didn't see it. So me, I'm just a scared 5.5-year-old. Bud's doing his thing. So I'm just over there, and I'm probably eating Frosted Flakes or something. I don't know. I look up, and she's wearing this porcelain bowl on her head with gushy oatmeal flowing all over her face like a Bette Davis horror film. And it's just going down. I thought it was steaming hot. I know what's going to happen to you, but the look on your face was not good. And then Mom said, would you like some oatmeal? To me, I said, no, thank you. No, I'm fine. Because that bowl. So that was... Yeah.
That was traumatic, and she whisked me out of whatever chair I was in, and I remember her trying to rinse it out of my head. And so that started the kind of obsession with my hair and the way things felt on my head, because my hair was so thin. I remember my mom trying to like Scotch tape it to my head. She would do like little ringlets and use tape and tape to my head and try and curl it. And maybe shortly after the oatmeal incident, we go to the beach, and she's dolled me up with the tape and the stickers on my head. And I'm by the ocean side, and the waves are coming in and out and in and out. And I'm watching it and getting dizzier and dizzier. And all of a sudden, I just fall plop into the sand, water and sand all over my head. I'm screaming, crying because she had just fixed my hair. So that was another hair trauma.
Oh, my God.
Then
wait.
Okay, go ahead. You need to know more about the beach.
So no. Your hair was thin, and Mom, Billy, did what to your thin hair to make it better or thicker?
She rolled it up in she would use little sponge curlers, but it didn't do much. So I think she used some kind of tape.
So she put little rollers in you're like 4 years old, and then put Scotch tape on your skull, and then put you by the surf. And a rogue wave hit you, and then what happened?
Well, then I fell down right into the ocean, and my head was covered with sand and water.
Oh my God!
A horrible, horrible thing. Really.
Wait a minute. You went in the ocean, and your hair got covered with sand and water? That's insane.
Well, I fell down, Dave. I'm only 3 feet tall. I fell over because I was so dizzy.
3 feet tall? I was 3 feet tall. You were probably 2'5" at that point.
I was 2'5".
Yeah, you were 2'5". Okay, so so then you become this obsessed with your hair, how it smells and looks.
Well, then there was how things felt. So then I had the bird attack, and then I also had the horse attack.
No, okay, let's start with the bird attack. Where were you? How old were you when the birds attacked your hair?
I was probably in second grade. I was walking to Lee Brothers, where we get the candy, right?
Second grade, and you're walking to the little shopping mall, suburban.
Mall.
Okay.
Yes, to get candy. I'm by myself, and there's lots of trees. I'm right across the street from the high school, and all of a sudden they were either blue jays or blackbirds, but they were huge, and they just dive bombed me, just and they're pecking, and the wings are going like that. It's like Hitchcock's movie, The Birds.
Exactly.
Totally.
Oh my God!
Totally. I was Tippi Hedren, but not as good of a hairdo. I didn't have the French. She had that French twist,
Yeah.
Rod Taylor, the whole thing.
Taylor.
So anyway, so he was so cute. So anyway, the bird attack. So then that was very scary, and I'm running down the street, and I thought they were trying to kill me. I mean, years later, I guess I discovered that I was walking by a nest. But after that, I was scared to death of birds. If a little sparrow was walking on the street, I had to walk on the other side. I had to cross the street. I was just terrified. And then the bird, and then the horse, Dane, in Montana, where you guys led me into the field, with the barbed wire fence, and there was a horse standing there, remember? And it charged me.
Well,
He
let's just
led her
remember
into the
there's
field.
4 older brothers. And so
Yeah,
you're
you
saying
probably
me,
did, too.
I was 40 pounds, 3'7" at this point, and I'm leading you into the corral? I doubt it. I was probably as nervous as you were. They used to throw me into stuff. Well, I went to the park. I went to the park with Mark, Scott, and Brad when I was 4, and they told me there were grizzly bears in the park. This was a suburban park near our house. And they were going to kill me. That was, and I was 4. So we all got traumatized. But the horse, tell us the horse
It
story.
wasn't you, Dane. It was probably Mark who did all of it. But anyway, so the horse was way down the field, and I had that white hair. Of course, you did too. And I thought, well, it looked like hay.
Yes.
This is how I rationalized being attacked. So then it started galloping super fast. So it's charging me. And I believe everyone ran to the fence and got through the barbed
And
wire.
nobody saved their little sister.
Of course not. So I'm just standing there, and the horse comes right up to me and just starts chomping on my hair like,
Right.
look, I can do my own sign.
No, Lori, I remember I looked back, and there were some big black crows that took that opportunity to attack the horse's hair because it was distracted by eating your hair. So the horse, it wasn't a great thing. Yeah, I remember you in there getting pecked by that giant horse and me just on the other side of the fence feeling happy. I was just like, it's better over here.
So what happened? The horse
I think
was
the
eating
horse
your hair
sniffed
and
her
then
once.
It chomped on my hair.
Did you
and
start
then
crying?
I probably did, and I ran over to the fence, and I don't believe anyone was there, and I got through the barbed wire.
The boys
The
didn't
boys
wait.
ran. They didn't. No, they didn't wait.
I'm sure we would all have different recollections of that.
Oh my God!
Of
How much
course. I was just
therapy
a
do
little-
you have to go through every?
Well, I need a lot of therapy. I'm very crazy about my hair and how it feels, and if I don't have enough, oh my God,
You won't eat oatmeal. Ever?
Yeah.
You won't eat
I
oatmeal.
actually am rather fond of oatmeal.
Okay.
I do.
So
I
it's-
like oatmeal.
Okay.
But I'm just obsessed with my hair, and if it's too flat, I can't stand the way it feels. Like I got to put, if it's flat, I got to get hairspray. I'm special. And Dane, I flew all the way across the country, and I forgot my styling mousse.
Oh my God! We have to get you some.
Well, Chris knows where the best kind. Well, for thinning hair of a woman in her 60s, what would be a good product for mousse for Lori?
The Orbe
Orbe.
Grandiose mousse would be very good for you.
I love that this is now Chris goes into this expertise.
Well, 'cause
Orbe
it's
Grandiose
really,
mousse.
It's really thickening and volumizing. It's actually very good.
Orboy.
What if
Poor
there's
boy.
one called Caviar though too? Caviar. Do you know
yes,
that one?
yes, I do know. I know the line. I haven't used their mousse.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've
That's
never
so-
forgot my hair product. I
but-
just went up to take a shower, and I was mortified. I don't have it, but I have some grit spray by Verb. It's called Verb.
Yes, that's very good.
And it's texturizing and grip. I need grip.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Well,
it's just, so I just
it's so
wanted
great.
to tell you that because I know you're a hair person.
Yes, it's
and
so great
I'm-
how our parents just fuck us out.
I know. And all these little adventures. Check this one. Last time I was talking to Scott after he did the podcast. So he, twice in his life, chipped his front teeth off. One time I was with him. He's on a Stingray bike. He popped a wheelie, and the tire came off. So then they were chipped. Later on, they got him capped, and then he was doing a yo-yo, and he was doing like the yo-yo, the Duncan
yes.
Imperial around the world, boom, and then it just exploded again. So it's kind of like he's traumatized now about
Did you
getting.
have to go to the dentist? Was your dad pissed?
Oh, that's why I won't go to the dentist.
Oh Jesus Christ! You don't even need a big dummy with a yo-yo. You don't even need it. God damn it! You know that here's a story, Lori, about trauma. No one else wanted braces. Maybe you did, but the 3 older brothers didn't want them.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe their teeth are okay. I was going to be called Bucky if I didn't get them. That's what the dentist said that. His nickname will be Bucky if he doesn't get them. Okay, I got to get them. Not my parents' fault, but they didn't have a nickel between them. So the guy said, well, we could do the tops, and then the bottom are okay, but he was serious. He goes, could you develop a habit of pushing on your tooth?
In?
Yeah, push it in. So we'll have braces on top, and you'll fix the bottom one by just developing a habit of pushing that tooth.
Oh my God.
I never forgot it.
With your hand?
Yeah,
Like
with
with
my
your fingers?
hand pushing my tooth. Can you develop a habit of just constantly pushing
God,
tooth for several
like-
years?
I never heard of anything like that.
Absolutely.
Like Fred Flintstone dentistry. Like
I used to have to walk 5-6 miles round trip to the orthodontist.
I know you were so good. You went to all the
Good.
appointments.
I knew I was going to be in show business. Good.
Oh, it was foreshadowing. Yeah, I knew he
Crazy.
had to have
Yeah,
straight teeth.
I got a straight teeth. You're going to show business, and I had a nose for the lens. You know what I'm saying? But we all have trauma. That's sad. You have a great head of hair, Laura.
For what it is, I have to have the perfect cut, the perfect color, and the perfect product. So it's a lot of pressure. And the poor girl that does my hair, but she's been doing it for like 20 years, so she knows me. But I'm neurotic in the chair. If you cut it just a little bit, I'm always watching like a hawk. I'm crazy. But I just
So
tell her, look,
sad.
I'm crazy. I tip big, you know.
Well, I
because-
heard one time you got a really bad haircut, and then you came back like 2 hours later.
Oh, no,
and just
that was the other drama. My mom took me to the beauty parlor, and the big lady who was going to cut my hair, she was like a lady from Switzerland with a big white coat on, like a scientist. And she said, "Your mother wants you to have the pixie." And she's under the dryer. She's getting her hair done under the dryer. So she's cutting and cutting and cutting. And I'm feeling so helpless. And so it was at a length where it was pretty good. I said, "Oh, this is good. Don't cut anymore." "No, your mother said the pixie." So she kept cutting and cutting.
your
and cutting,
mother
and
said the pixie?
Pixie,
Okay.
like
your
the Mia
mother
Farrow.
said you got to have the pixie. And so my mom, she tells the story of she's under the dryer and wondering, who's that little blonde boy crying over there? And it was me. And I had to wear a scarf to school because either my head was too cold because I didn't have any hair left, or I was just mortified of how short it was. So I have terrible, terrible problems.
This is
Hey,
so
hey.
sad. I can't
Hey,
even-
Lori, check this. First day of seventh grade, right? Everyone's
Okay.
nervous. Junior high. Oh my God, really intense. Some kid threw a milk carton, this little milk thing. We made it into something to play catch with. Hit the corner of my eye, scratched my cornea. So for the first 10 days of seventh grade, I had a big patch on my eye. Oh, Dana, that's the one-eyed guy. But then Bart, the coach said the Carveys always hold the pull-up record. I had 3 brothers going through there. So all I did was pull-ups all day until I hit 40. But I only weighed like 60 pounds. It's pretty easy.
Well, did they think you were cool, though, the guy with the eye patch? Or
Oh
were you
yeah,
nerdy
I was hot. No, I'm traumatized now. I can't look in a telescope because it's like one eye. What? Only binoculars. It's just traumatized me. I don't know. I thought she looked good in the pixie, but she didn't think so. Oh Jesus Christ, I'm good in the pixie. These are
Jesus
our
Christ,
parents.
Wait, Dave. Oh, Jesus Christ, I never scratched my eye.
Oh. My dad, when something would happen, he would use it for an opportunity how he did it better. Oh, I can't find my keys. I always know where my keys are. I keep them in my pocket, you big dummy. So these are just direct quotes. It was the hard drinking, hard driving, hard fighting Carveys. We had animals buried under the tree. There was a lot of.
Wait a minute, Mark ran over the family dog.
Oh, I know.
He didn't even remember it. He crushed Peppy.
Well, we had
And
a little.
I came home and saw him, and I thought
Well, hold on,
he was
Lori.
dead. What?
We had a small poodle dog that used to take naps under the back tire of the Hillman.
Oh, God.
And I always thought, why is Peppy napping right behind that tire? Well, Mark, who's maybe a little on the spectrum, just got in his car, and it was quick. We came out and go, Peppy took a heaven nap. And we had to bury Peppy under the willow tree with Boots and all the other animals.
The shovel. You had to get the shovel and get him down. And
We did. We buried a lot of animals. It was like Pet Cemetery.
I was just about to say Pet Stephen King movie.
You'd never go down there at night, man. Things are popping out. Yeah. Yeah, we tried to have we were pole vaulting in the backyard. My brother Scott found a pole vault behind a woodshed at the high school, put tape on it so we'd sprint across the cement patio. This is a little track home, 1,200 square foot. And we found mattresses at the dump, and we put little things up, and we'd go over and land. But Brad didn't get so far, so he just went right back on his head.
Oh, my God.
So we don't know. Maybe that made him a genius. But
where did you get those mattresses? You really got them at the dump?
well, I should say this as well, so people have ever went to the dump. It became a thing that Scott and I, to say we're in high school, we always had to go to the dump every weekend. Even if
that's right, you did.
they'd find shit somewhere, and we had a lot of friends on the running team, so they would go with us to the dump, and then we were really into track and field, so we would time ourselves as to how fast we could pull it out of the station wagon. Ready, set, go. We're just frantically, crazily moving stuff out and set the record. That was like...
Jane, I think I went. It was in the back of that country Squire with the fake wood paneling, and you had all the shit back there, and you would open the gate and use a broom or something to push all the shit out.
As fast as we could. That was when we went to the Starlight Drive-In at night, and instead of pay $1 a kid to go in, either they would be behind the fence. So I drove in by myself in the station wagon. I look 12 years old. I'm coming in one, please. So that I'm parked. There's a hole in the fence. They come in one at a time, just like The Great Escape with Steve McQueen. Either that or you would hide in the back because there was a third row. And if you could get in it kind of and at least put 2 kids back under there. So we
Put them a blanket on top of them.
We injured ourselves, dislocated limbs just to save 90 cents. Anyway, this has been Lori. So we should call Larry. Yeah.
Yeah, we're over now.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I got to go before the Barry Bubbles man.
Well, we knew you'd be sort of jet-lagged and amped up and probably a little in the
you
bag.
better get me now. You better get me now. What you doing, Dana Carvey? What are you doing, Dana Carvey?
What are you doing?
That was good.
Say, what you doing, Dana Carvey?
Harmonica right
What you doing, Dana Carvey? What you doing? What you doing, Dana Carvey?
What are you doing, Dana Carvey?
Do Paul McCartney doing
an
it.
opera singer.
Do
Sorry,
what?
I had
Paul
to get that in
McCartney
there.
singing it.
Paul McCartney. What you doing, Dana Carvey? 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 What you doing, Dana? What you doing, Dana Carvey? What you doing, Dana Carvey? What you doing, Dana Carvey? Oh, what you do, Dana Carvey?
People are hitting the stop button right now. They're just really trying to find the stop button. All right, you call the Bubbles. I got other stuff I got to do.
You got to finish
I
your
gotta take a nap.
Chardonnay. You got to finish your Chardonnay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Toast my goat. Toady my goaty.
Totes my goats?
Well, you say totally, then you say toast, then you say toast my goats, and then you say toady my goaties.
And what is
I
it?
just made it up.
Oh, you made it up. Toady Magoti. There's another T-shirt. Yeah.
Toady Magoti. Yeah, I used to say it to my preschoolers. Are we going outside on the playground? Toady Magoti. Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest today, Lori Lutter Toady Magoti. All right, Laura,
All right, well, you guys enjoy the rest of the podcast.
we'll talk to you
And,
later.
We'll talk to you later. All right, love
Bye.
you guys. Have
Bye.
fun.
Love you, Laura.
Bye.
All right,
Bye.
love you, Dane. Bye.
What you doing, Dana Carvey?
Submitted for your approval. One Larry Bubbles Brown, alone in his room, plotting revenge against enemies, real and imagined. In the meantime, his brain goes to the frequency of creating humorous anecdotes, sentences of mirth that will send you into a frenzy of laughter. Right now on Fantastic with Dana Carvey, you're listening to the one and only San Francisco treat, Larry Bubbles Brown. There you go.
That was amazing.
Thank you, Rod. Well, I finally got my shot, polio.
Larry Bubbles Brown.
I like to wait 60 years to make sure the vaccine's safe.
That's great. Yeah, there's a double puncher.
Double-
I know. People are afraid of the vaccine. I figured once 1 billion people have had it, I'll give it a shot, literally. But yeah, you waited 60 years. I always wondered why you had those knee braces. You walked around like you got up on stage. They lift him up in a gurney like FDR. Jesus. He strap at that podium, give his comedy address, okay? Parents were afraid of the vaccine. That's what you get, all right, Kinky? Okay, good stuff. Good luck with the lock-kneed comedy, all right? Your feet are flat from the stuff. All right, Larry, you've been Larry Bubbles Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, from San Francisco, Larry Bubbles Brown! Woo! All right, Larry.
Well, get some rest, man. It's good to be back.
All right, we'll talk to you later today.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye,
thanks.
Larry.
Bye-bye.